back, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into this company, Precision for Medicine.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to like change how new drugs are developed.
Yeah, they're
And we've got their brochure here.
yeah. It's
a lot.
it's a lot of information to get through.
So we're gonna like cut through the noise,
Yeah.
and see what we can find out about what makes this company special.
Yeah, and I think one of the big things they're trying to tackle is this huge problem, how expensive and how long it takes to bring a new drug to market.
Yeah.
The brochure mentioned 10 years and $1.5 billion on average.
I know, that's a crazy amount of time and money.
It is.
Especially when you think about all the people who are waiting for new treatments.
Right, and they're calling themselves a next-generation CRO.
A next-generation CRO.
Yeah.
But what does that even mean, like, in practice?
It's going beyond the traditional clinical research organization model. They're like trying to integrate all these different services like biomarker strategies and decentralized trials, AI companion diagnostic development, all to kind of streamline drug development.
Oh, so instead of like all these different pieces, they're offering a more holistic approach.
Exactly, more comprehensive.
Okay, and they really emphasize being like purposefully built for advanced therapies.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I think they get into it more later on in the brochure, but it definitely piques your curiosity.
Yeah.
One thing that really stood out to me was their global reach, like 70 countries, over 3,500 employees.
I know, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and they said they manage something like 35 million specimens, and they've run over 140 biomarker-driven trials.
A lot of data.
A lot of experience.
Yeah, they also talk about this FSP support, functional service provider.
Yeah.
Is that for companies that maybe don't need like the whole package?
Exactly. It gives their clients more options. They have two different models, staff augmentation and precision FSP. One is more about filling gaps in existing teams, and the other one is about taking on like entire functional areas of a project.
Gotcha. So it's all about tailoring their services to fit different needs.
Exactly.
Flexibility seems to be key. Okay, so let's get to these labs.
Yeah, they've got 6 specialty labs in North America and Europe, and they're handling over 2,000 programs.
Wow, and they analyze just about anything? Tissues, cells, proteins, RNA, DNA?
Yeah.
Sounds like they've got a pretty good toolkit.
It's not even just the variety, it's the techniques they're using. Like, their labs have been really important in developing companion diagnostics for personalized medicine, which is becoming more and more important, especially in cancer treatment.
Yeah, so that's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
Using those advanced techniques to make treatments more targeted and effective.
Exactly.
I was also looking at their central lab services, and it sounds like they're simplifying these complicated, biomarker-driven trials.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
Coordinating the collection, the processing, the analysis of samples from all over the world.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and they've built a network to manage all that, over 35 million specimens, and make sure the data is good throughout the whole process.
So how are they actually making a difference? Like, do we have any specific examples?
Yeah, they mentioned their work on a global clinical trial for a rare genetic disease. They were able to track samples in real time.
Wow.
Which meant less errors and much faster research.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not just focusing on labs and clinical trials.
Nope.
They also have these manufacturing solutions, right?
Uh-huh. Helping companies actually build and maintain the facilities for these complex therapies.
And they've been involved in over 60 facility builds and capital expansions.
I know.
Worth over $6 billion in investments.
Yeah, that kind of expertise is essential, especially for these new treatments like cell and gene therapies.
Right, because those require very specific
manufacturing
processes.
Yeah.
That brings us to their cell and gene therapy collective, where they say they've commercialized over 70% of approved therapies.
Wow.
That's a big number.
It is. What does that mean for patients, though?
Yeah, what does it actually mean?
Well, cell and gene therapy is a game changer. I mean, you're talking about potential cures for diseases that we couldn't treat before.
Right.
And Precision for Medicine has been a key player in getting those therapies out of the lab and to the patients who need them.
So it's not just about the research.
Right.
It's about getting those breakthroughs out into the world.
Exactly.
Okay, their biomarker intelligence platform also really stood out to me. They're using AI and large language models.
Yeah, that's very future of medicine, isn't it?
It is, I know.
They're using AI and LLMs to make sense of huge amounts of data and find insights that we couldn't find on our own.
Like how?
Well, they developed this virtual sample inventory management system, or vSIM.
Okay.
which lets researchers see what samples they have and where they are right away.
It's like a Google search for biospecimens.
Exactly, saves a ton of time.
And speaking of biospecimens, their biobank is huge. Millions of samples ready for research and development.
It's an amazing resource. Researchers can test new ideas, validate biomarkers, and develop new diagnostic tools, all essential stuff for advancing medicine.
And they've used this biobank to speed up research in areas like rare diseases.
Right, because finding enough samples for those can be a huge problem.
Yeah.
So they're really using that resource strategically.
Okay, and then we have Precision AQ, which is their division for bringing these new treatments to market. They say that 57% of FDA-approved drugs in 2023 launched with their support.
That's a pretty big claim.
It is.
Shows how much of an impact they're having on the industry.
Yeah, they're not just involved in the research phase. They're helping to get those treatments to actual patients.
Yeah, navigating that whole regulatory landscape.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground already, but there's still more to uncover about precision for medicine.
There is.
We'll continue our deep dive in part 2.
Sounds good. It's really interesting going through this brochure.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in all the services they offer.
It is. There's a lot.
But what's fascinating is how precision for medicine is connecting all the dots, like from research all the way to getting treatments to patients.
It's like they're trying to create this seamless experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. Instead of companies having to find different vendors for everything, precision for medicine is kind of a one-stop shop.
And with all the data that's out there today,
Oh, yeah.
their focus on data intelligence is key.
Yeah, that biomarker intelligence platform.
Yeah, with the AI and LLMs.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
It is.
So they mentioned their virtual assistant.
Uh-huh.
How does that actually work?
Well, it's designed to help researchers work with these massive data sets,
Okay.
but in a more intuitive way.
Oh.
Instead of having to write all this complex code,
Right.
they can just ask questions in plain language.
Wow.
And the AI assistant finds the information.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So it's about making the data easier to use so researchers can try different things faster.
Exactly.
And what about their biobank?
Oh, yeah, millions of samples
Millions.
just waiting to be analyzed.
So how do they make sure all that data is good?
Well, they have very strict protocols for collecting, processing, storing all the samples.
Okay.
And then their virtual sample inventory management system, or VSIM, helps them track everything in real time.
So that's what they mean by custom biospecimen collections.
Uh-huh.
Researchers can actually request certain types of samples?
Yeah, exactly. Let's say you're studying a rare disease
Okay.
with a very specific genetic mutation.
It's going to be hard to find enough samples, right?
Extremely difficult.
Yeah.
But Precision for Medicine can use their network and their expertise to collect those samples.
Okay, so they're taking care of the hard part.
Yeah, a lot of the logistical hurdles.
So their commercialization arm, Precision AQ,
Mm-hmm.
they have some impressive numbers.
They do.
What are some of the challenges they've faced getting these new therapies to market?
Well, one challenge, especially with personalized medicine, is showing payers why it's worth it.
Okay.
You're not talking about a drug that works for everyone anymore.
Right.
It's treatments tailored to specific groups of patients.
Makes sense.
So Precision AQ has expertise in working through those complexities with regulators and payers to make sure these treatments are available.
So they're bridging the gap between the scientific discoveries and actually using them in the real world.
Exactly.
And their focus on rare and orphan diseases.
Yeah, that's an area where their expertise is so valuable.
It is. Imagine trying to recruit people for a clinical trial
Oh, yeah.
for a disease that only affects a tiny number of people.
It's tough. Precision for Medicine has figured out how to find and engage those patients.
That's crucial for research.
It is.
So they're not afraid of a challenge.
Not at all.
They seem to be looking for them.
They do, and it's not just about technology or logistics either.
Yeah.
They really emphasize their core values.
Like,
Client service, purpose, accountability, collaboration.
yeah.
Do you think that's part of their success?
I do. I think it shows their approach.
Uh-huh.
They're not just generating data.
Right.
They're working closely with their clients.
Building relationships.
Yeah, and achieving shared goals.
It's a very human-centered approach.
Yeah, to a very complex field.
It is, and that's what makes their work so interesting.
Yeah.
They're pushing the boundaries of science,
Yeah.
but they're also trying to make a real difference in people's lives.
We've covered a lot, but there's one area I really want to talk about.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Their work in oncology and immuno-oncology.
Yeah, it seems like they're at the forefront of some major breakthroughs.
They do.
That's where we'll pick up in part 3,
Okay.
the cutting edge of technology and the fight against cancer.
Okay, so let's talk about this oncology and immuno-oncology work.
Yeah.
The brochure talks about these proprietary technologies like a
Mhm.
PAW stream and a Biontis IDSM.
Right. Those are great examples of how they're really innovating in cancer research.
Yeah, so what exactly are those?
Well, Epistream is a technology for isolating circulating tumor cells.
Oh, okay.
Those are cancer cells that have broken away from the tumor
Mm-hmm.
and are circulating in the blood.
So it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
And this has huge implications for detecting cancer early
Oh, wow.
and monitoring how well treatment is working.
So it's not just about treating cancer that's already there,
No.
but maybe catching it
Yeah.
before it even becomes a big problem.
Exactly. Early intervention is key.
And what about this Epiontis IDSM?
So that one focuses on immune cell phenotyping.
Immune cell phenotyping.
Yeah, it's basically getting a really detailed profile of the immune cells
Okay.
that are in a tumor.
Uh-huh.
This helps us understand how the immune system is interacting with the cancer,
Okay.
which is super important for planning immunotherapy.
Immunotherapy.
Yeah,
Yes.
where we use the body's own immune system to fight the cancer.
It seems like they're really focusing on this area.
They are. They've built a lot of expertise in immuno-oncology.
Yeah.
Not just with these technologies, but with their whole approach.
And they're involved in trials for lots of different types of cancer.
Oh, yeah. From common ones like breast and lung cancer to rarer, more aggressive forms.
And this connects back to their work with biospecimens, right?
Absolutely.
Having access to all those samples
Yeah.
must be so helpful for developing these new immunotherapies.
It is. They can look at samples from patients with different types of cancer, different stages of disease, different treatments,
Wow.
and try to find patterns and biomarkers.
That's incredible.
Yeah, to help predict how someone might respond to treatment.
So it's all about that personalized approach.
Exactly.
They're also looking at cell and gene therapies for cancer.
That's like the next level of innovation.
It is. It feels like science fiction.
I know, right? Instead of chemo or radiation,
Yeah.
you're actually modifying a patient's cells to target and kill the cancer cells.
Like turning the body's own cells into cancer fighters.
Yeah, basically. And precision for medicine has helped bring a lot of these therapies to market.
That's amazing.
It's not easy to get these cutting-edge treatments through all the regulations and manufacturing challenges.
Yeah, that's where their manufacturing solutions come in.
Yeah, you can't just make these therapies anywhere.
Right.
You need special equipment, highly trained people,
Uh-huh.
and really strict quality control.
So they're building the facilities that make these treatments possible.
Exactly. They're laying the groundwork for the future.
It's exciting to think about.
It is.
All these personalized treatments becoming more widely available.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Making these treatments accessible to more people.
Yeah.
And that's what I really appreciate about precision for medicine.
What's that?
They're not just innovating for the sake of it. They're doing it to make a real difference for patients.
It's been amazing learning about this company.
It has.
From those biomarker-driven trials to their AI platforms,
Yeah.
to the biospecimens and cell and gene therapy expertise.
They're really leading the way.
Yeah, it feels like they're at the forefront of a healthcare revolution.
I think so too. They're asking the important questions, pushing the boundaries, and challenging how things are done.
And that's what drives progress.
Exactly, that constant desire to find better ways to diagnose, treat, and prevent diseases.
We started this deep dive wanting to understand what makes this company special.
Yeah.
And I think we found it.
I think so too.
They're not just providing services, they're building a future where medicine is more personalized and more effective.
It's a future where we can tailor treatments to individual patients.
Exactly. And hopefully find cures for diseases that we can't even treat today.
That's the ultimate goal.
It is. So for anyone who's interested in the future of medicine,
Yeah.
keep an eye on Precision for Medicine.
They're definitely a company to watch.